Look, tagine is one of those great dishes to cook at home because it's quintessentially a one-pot dish, and anything that you can just cook in one pot and serve makes life a hell of a lot easier at home. Also, big flavours in a tagine. You know, you sort of see tagine cookery a lot in North Africa. People just think it's just another pot with a lid on, and you know it kind of is. But what happens in a tagine is that because it's got that conical lid, all the sort of pressure and the moisture rotates and pushes to the top, and it creates a bit of like a cyclone. And what that does is it keeps pushing moisture back into the dish, so you end up with full flavour, lots of moisture, and a beautiful dish. Putting the tagine together is pretty simple. The main thing you want to do is get all of your prep done, get everything chopped, all your spices out, so then you're not stuffing around looking for things while you're cooking it. So the first thing we need to get on is our ghee. So I've just got a little bit of ghee. The reason we use this ghee, you can really take to a high temp. It's got a great flavour. All right, so once that ghee is all melted and you start to come up the temperature, and you can smell that flavour of the ghee straight away, and you can see a little bit of a haze on top, it's time to add the meat. So chicken shanks, which aren't really shanks, but they look like them, are what we're using because they're full of flavour and lots of meat on there. And they've also got a bone, and any meat that you can cook on the bone is always going to taste a lot better than off the bone. There's a lot of flavour inside the bone with the marrow, and of course that chicken skin is going to cook up really well and be a gorgeous dish. Next thing I'm going to add is some whole blanched almonds, and I want to roast those. That's why I'm going to add them now, so they release their flavour into the ghee and into the chicken. And with those, I'm going to add the dry whole spices: cinnamon, star anise, a couple of cloves, and some cardamom. With the cardamom, you just want to break it so the pods inside are released and you get full flavour. And you don't need to roast those prior. They're going to roast in that fat. You can smell the cardamom already. And you can start seeing those nuts brown already. That's the sign to start adding something else. So I'm going to add my onions, Lebanese eggplant, or you could use just the normal eggplant. I think the little Lebanese ones are a little bit sweeter. Now we're going to start adding some ground spices. We've got some cumin and coriander. And of course I've got some gorgeous saffron. But what's going to make this dish really sweet and stand out is a little bit of honey. And because every tagine needs some fruit, I've got some beautiful little dried white figs that have just been soaked in some water to help them rehydrate. Couple of cloves of crushed garlic. Now it's important to crush fresh garlic, not that stuff you buy in a jar, because it doesn't even taste like garlic anymore. It's carcass of garlic. Lots of big flavours. A little bit of salt. Now the last thing we need to do is add some chicken stock. If you don't have chicken stock, you can just use water. Half covered, lid on, 20 to 30 minutes, and that'll be done. All right, so the best bit of any tagine is when you present it. Now, you don't have to take this out and put it in a bowl or do anything like that. You just serve it in the tagine, you lift the top, everyone goes, ooh, ah, looks great, it smells great. You can see the chicken's falling off the bone. all the nuts are cooked, the spices are really intense, and you get a big waft of flavour in your mouth as soon as you open it. So to finish that off, I'm just going to put a couple of little dollops of yogurt, just because there's a lot of sweetness in there. We haven't added any sours yet, so this will help cut the sweetness of the honey and all those spices. A squeeze of lemon juice, and we're just going to tear up a little bit of coriander. Don't have to chop it, just over the top, just to add a bit of freshness to the dish. A big spoon, bowl of couscous, little bit of salad, job done, and everyone will be happy. That's a pretty easy dish to serve the family.